Ukraine army is using Terminator drones to scare Russians into retreat. According to a former advisor to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukraine's military is using Terminator drones to trick Russian soldiers into thinking they're being pursued by Skynet. In a White House interview on Thursday, former Zelensky assistant Igor Novikov shared what he called an uplifting story with MSNBC host Nicole Wallace after discussing Russian attacks on civilians in Ukraine. Novikov stated that Ukrainian troops were chasing Russians with commercial drones disguised to resemble equipment with the fictional Skynet, a powerful artificial intelligence network that becomes self-aware and attempts to eradicate humans in Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator film series. Welcome to Drone Zone, the channel that brings you the latest, most exciting news and info about drones. In today's video, we talk about how Ukrainian soldiers are using Skynet drones to fend off Russian troops. So make sure to stay till the end of the video to know more about how strong Ukrainian drones really are. This clever, creative solution that our soldiers have discovered not to waste ammunition, not to waste artillery shells, but rather take a commercial drone with a camera and camouflage it to look like something out of the worst Terminator movie, Novikov explained. As a result, it appears extremely frightening. Then they fly the drone around the area where the Russian soldiers are stationed. What would you do if you were a Russian soldier and you saw something that belonged to Skynet? He continued. You take off running. Where do you flee to? You rush to your base. And in this way, they lead us to their bases where no camouflage works, and then our artillery simply shoots at the base. We also don't throw away any shells. In addition to the disguised commercial drones which cannot launch attacks on their own despite being made to appear menacing, Ukrainian forces are also employing armed military drones capable of carrying out actual attacks on Russian troops and military equipment. Last month, Ukraine's military released a video of one of its Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 combat drones destroying equipment brought by the invading Russian army. On Wednesday, Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby announced that the United States had sent 100 Switchblade tactical drones to Europe for use by Ukraine's military. Last month, Terminator star Arnold Schwarzenegger posted a viral video on social media in which he told Russian soldiers the truth about the war, claiming that their government had lied to them. Schwarzenegger also made a direct appeal to Russian President Vladimir Putin, pleading with him to end the war. Schwarzenegger's video was reportedly poorly received by Russian state media, prompting at least one reference to the Terminator franchise. Last month, Russian powerlifting champion Mariana Normova complained in an opinion piece published by the tabloid Komsomolskaya Pravda that Schwarzenegger had decided to side with Skynet. Do you remember how in the second Terminator film your hero travels back in time to prevent the creation of Skynet, which would result in the annihilation of all humanity? Normova said, Russia's special military operation does not seek to destroy the Ukrainian people. It's aimed at the neo-Nazi Skynet, which has completely subjugated Ukraine over the years and was about to turn into an uncontrollable monster, dangerous for all of its neighbors, not just us, she continued. Don't side with Skynet, Terminator. Newsweek reached out to the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense and the Russian Embassy in Washington, D.C. for comment. But aside from jokes, does Ukraine have any genuine drones? Of course they do, and they have some pretty good ones as well. So subscribe first, then let's get started talking about them. The American Switchblade is Ukraine's most important drone. The Switchblade is a suicide drone that detonates when it collides with its target. The dive-bombing Switchblade drone, made by AeroVironment Incorporated, has been a standard in the arsenal of U.S. commandos worldwide since it was secretly brought to Afghanistan in 2010 for use against the Taliban. Army officials have referred to it as a flying shotgun. It measures less than 24 inches long and weighs about 6 pounds. According to a senior U.S. defense official, the drone that the U.S. will employ is a strong weapon that'll strike hard. It's small enough to fit in a bag and costs as little as $6,000. This drone cruises at 63 miles per hour and provides operators with real-time video downlinks for a centralized view of the operation area. The Switchblade also has wave-off capabilities, which allows it to change targets while in flight. The Switchblade comes in two varieties. There's a Series 300 version, drones weighing 3.3 pounds that are meant to attack people and light cars. They have a range of about 6 miles and can hover over a target for about 15 minutes, according to an information sheet supplied by the maker, AeroVironment Incorporated. There's also a larger Switchblade 600 drone available, which weighs 50 pounds or 23 kilograms, is man-portable and can be set up in 10 minutes. It's designed to fly 40 kilometers or 25 miles in 20 minutes and then hover for another 20 minutes, giving it a total range of 80 kilometers or 50 miles. At a speed of 115 miles per hour, it uses an anti-tank guided missile or ATGM warhead based on the FGM-148 Javelin to neutralize armored vehicles. The munition can be controlled manually or automatically using a touchscreen tablet-based firing control system. It also features a proprietary wave-off feature and built-in encrypted data lines, as well as a selective availability anti-spoofing module to secure the system. As an alternative, a pocket digital data connection or DDL module is provided, allowing engagements to extend beyond 90 kilometers. Another drone heavily used by the Ukrainian army is the Turkish Bayraktar TB2 reconnaissance and attack drone. Because of its wing body design and inverted V-tail construction, the drone is exceptionally agile. In an attack arrangement, a variable pitch two-blade propeller creates the thrust required for flight. The propeller, which is placed at the tail, is powered by an internal combustion engine contained within the aircraft's body. The monocoque platform is modular, with components such as the wing, tail boom, and V-tails detachable. The fuselage's main component is a carbon fiber composite with machined aluminium parts at important intersections. Fuel is stored in bladder tanks, and solenoid valves regulate fuel use to keep the engine running smoothly. The Ground Control Station, or GCS, is built on a NATO-spec shelter unit with redundant command and control systems that may be activated and deactivated as needed. 3 personnel are assisted by the mobile unit: the pilot, the payload operator, and the mission commander. The ground control station is outfitted with redundant air conditioners as well as a nuclear, biological, and chemical filtration system. The hardware for the shelter is maintained in a series of stacked cabinets. Each operator is given 2 screens as well as the operator interface software, which allows him or her to command, control, and monitor the system in real time. 6 aerial vehicle platforms, 2 ground control stations, 3 ground data terminals or GDTs, 2 remote vehicle terminals or RVTs, and ground support equipment are all aboard the TB2. Each aerial platform is equipped with 3 avionics systems for optimal redundancy. Because of the platform's cross-redundant architecture, the pilot, payload operator, and mission commander may all control and monitor the ground control system at the same time. The MQ-9 Reaper drone is another type of drone being considered for deployment in Ukraine. The dean of the Mitchell Institute for Aerospace Studies has proposed that General Atomics supply Ukraine with MQ-1 Grey Eagles and MQ-9 Reapers, as well as train the Ukrainian military to use the drones for strikes or reconnaissance and sustainment. In an email dated March 17th, he indicated that a complete Grey Eagle MQ-1 system may be deployed to a neighboring nation for training within a week. The Grey Eagle MQ-1 is capable of automated takeoff and landing and does not require pilot certification. It can also be controlled by a laptop computer rather than a traditional ground control station, which simplifies the logistics of establishing a base. A normal container could be used for transport to Ukraine. The aircraft may be swiftly disassembled and reassembled after deployment. A team of at least 4 aircraft and sensor operators, as well as at least 4 maintainers, would be required to sustain 1 to 2 aircraft conducting daily 20-plus hour sorties. That's it for today's video. Let me know what you think of this move by Ukrainian soldiers. Could it be an indication of despair and lack of answers to Russian power, or is it just troops having fun? I hope you've enjoyed watching this video just like I've enjoyed making it, and make sure to comment with any future videos that you're interested in watching. I'll be seeing you all soon, but until then, watch this video to learn how kamikaze drones are changing the war in Ukraine, and as always, subscribe or crash.